I continued to experiment with the effect that a Live 2D might be able to achieve for the production during my week 9 and 10, also using script building software for simple face capture of images. The first test I made was to recreate the mouth movement so that the head could show a more realistic inner of the mouth during the rotation. First, I draw the corresponding tooth position in Photoshop, then pour it into Live 2D Cubism, and adjust the position of the teeth and tongue according to the different mouth shapes. Especially the position of the last few teeth is very important. Through continuous adjusting, the hand in the process of rotation can see the inside of the mouth. The second test is to modify the original physics engine parameters to make the physics effect more realistic. Originally, an object was controlled by one or two parameters and to handle them to simulate the physics. Now I adjust to 3 parameters and 3 pendulums so that the physics effect will be more natural. Also, it adds a lot of work and makes the file more complex. Third, I carried out a test of turning the head 90 degrees, trying to use Live 2D to reach an effect of large angle turning body. This part is more complicated, mainly using the drawing order of the layer to make the face turn. In the process of the face turning, the face features will be transformed in the layer position to form a front-to-back relationships. At the same time, the face mesh should conform to the polymesh direction of the 3D modeling to make the face look more natural. On the top of that, 45-degree angle is added to correct the shape of the face using the facial deformation parameters. After that, I also experimented with the other face capture software. I found an article on GitHub about how to quickly implement face capture for simple PNG image. Since I have no basics knowledge of Python, I would like to thank Dan, who helps me a lot and taught me a lot about the basics of the code. First of all, I need to create an environment to run the manual poser through Avocado. Then connect the phone and the computer through iFacial, this software. Then achieve the environment so that the iFacial can control the manual poser to change the picture which you post on the manual poster. But there are certain rules for the image, such as it must have an alpha channel, and the character must be looking straight ahead, and so on.
In these 2 weeks, I explored the emote. This software is very popular in the Japanese visual novels game company because this software has many interesting Live 2D functions that could mix up the very useful Live 2D animation for the games. Through my test, I found that this software have a very strict official naming conventions. We should to name the different layers into their recommend. And the software will use the rectangular color blocks to define the character's range. So this way, the character will be limited in the rectangular form. Continue the details about the transformer. I found this software also uses the mesh grid to let the people to generate different movements. When we finish to change some details about the mesh grid, and we could get some very interesting official animations they made for us. And it will be very easy to show the prototype about the character performance. The advantages about the software is very obvious. It's very easy to use, and they have the very interesting animation they prepared for us. And we could show the preview version character very quick. But they also have very obvious disadvantages that this software just use the Japanese. It will limit it to many person to touch this software, and also lacks the many ability to interact with facial motion capture software is the biggest problem, I think. Then I test the spy software. This software will use the bonus system to generate the animation, and that character will have the Level 2D characteristics. The first step use the software is how to import the PSD file, and I find it is very hard to get that, and we should use the JSON to generate the different PNG and then throw the PNGs into the software. This kind of import method is very unusual. After a period to test this software, I find it is similar to the Tumble Harmony. I think it is more suitable for the live 2D animation, but not for the live 2D face capture. It seems to be a solution primarily designed for showcasing purpose as a live 2D software. Then I also tested another face capture software named PRPR Live, and this software has very interesting feature that they have the amazing lighting system, and we could make a very interesting lightning effect that make the live streaming more interesting. And they have the two different light, point light and the directional light. And also this software is very easy to use, and they have the very interesting DLC capture. That DLC will let the normal camera become very useful, and they could get a very lively capture about the eye movement. But the disadvantages is that compared to the VTube Studio, and they don't have too much parameters. I think it will limit many good effects about that software. The conclusion is that this software is not suitable for the many transformation character, just for the easy live 2D character for live streaming. Thanks, that's all.